All right. Good morning, everybody, on Tuesday, January 12th. I hope everybody across southeastern Wisconsin is having an incredible start to your day. I know I am. The kids went off to daycare. Willingly went off to daycare this morning. So that always makes my day great. All right. Here we go. We're going to get rocking and rolling. And I just wanted to recap kind of my 3 phases of focus from last week, right? My 21 phrases of focus. These are on my whiteboard. And I think they're very apropos to what we're going through in life right now as I reflected on 2020 and focusing in on 21. And I just wanted to kind of reground the group around these 3 things. And I'm going to quickly blow through these, but I thought, it's something that I do every year. And whether it helps you or whether it doesn't, I think it just helps me provide focus for you guys in terms of how I'm going to direct our leadership team to serve you guys every single day, right? So the first one I talked about is don't mistake movement for achievement. I see a lot of people who are spinning their wheels every single day and they're doing things that aren't actually helping them achieve what they need to get done because they don't know how to prioritize their activities, right? And so my big focus is what is my 20%? What are my big rocks? And what am I going to actually do in order to move mountains, right? What's going to help me achieve my goals? And a big focus for me is don't mistake movement for achievement because it's easy just to knock things off on your to-do list, but not get anything done. 2, time. We all have the same amount of it. How and where we spend the time varies greatly, right? Brad Yates, Annie Jerzyk, Lizzie Miley, you all have 24 hours in a day. How you spend it and where you spend it determines your ultimate success of your day. Stack successes, focus one day at a time, focus 24 hours at a time, right? We all have the same amount of time. Time is only an excuse. 3, what you give in life is what you get in life. And if you haven't checked it out, Kevin Matson, shout out. I saw your blood drive post in the Lake Country thing, guys. What you give in life is what you get in life. And so if you give respect, if you give of your time, if you give of your energy, if you give of your money philanthropically, ultimately I know good things will happen for you in your life. So those are my 3 phrases of focus in 21, just coming back at you this week, again, as the second team meeting of the year, just to kind of help frame your focus around 21 and help you understand what I'm going to be pushing our leadership teams to serve you guys every day, and the 3 kind of big rocks that I'm helping them to serve you guys. So hopefully it helps you out. Cool. All right. So we're going to jump into a little KW Jeopardy. And if you want to play along at home, I would love you to do so as we are paying homage to Alex Trebek as we are winding down the final few episodes of Jeopardy. But so here's what you want to do. I'm going to release a piece of data, and I want you guys to throw in the chat section what you think the corresponding number relates to. You feel me? All right, here we go. KW Jeopardy. First up, throw it in the chat section if you know what it is. 3,106. 3,106. Oh, 3,106. I like it. I like it for those of you participating, right? Shout out to Mike Schaefer and Laura Brewster. It was total closed units across Lake Country and North Shore in 2020. Lake Country was up 46%. North Shore was up 20%. All right, here's your next number. $1.17 billion. Billion with a B. Billion with a B. Mike Schaefer, correct. What is total closed sales volume between North Shore and Lake Country combined in 2020? 278 million, which represented an 87% increase in Lake Country, and 891 million in the North Shore, an increase of 34%. Right? Next up, 3,488. 3,488. Listings taken is not the right answer. Annie Stabler, ding, 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 ding. What is the total number of contracts that were written by KW Associates across Lake Country and North Shore in 2020? Why do we use contracts written as such an important indicator? Because it's an indicator of the activities that lead to productivity. It is a leading indicator in your business. 3,488 across both locations. Now, $30.4 million. $30.4 million. Come on, chat section. What do we got? Commissions paid out. I love it. People are paying attention. This was total commissions income earned by KW Associates in 2020. It was 6.8 million for a 93% increase in Lake Country and 23.6 million in the North Shore. It was a 31% increase. $30 million in commissions paid to KW Associates in 2020. That is a ton of money going home to you guys. So, right, one of the things that I get often is I use a lot of numbers to tell stories, right? I use a lot of numbers to tell stories. And why do I do it? The numbers, here's what I know. Numbers remove emotion. Numbers remove subjectivity, right? Numbers are matters of fact, right? And when you come to your clients or come to your co-brokes with matters of fact, with data supporting your argument tends to win out. So I like to use all of my stories that you see, and that's why team meeting is so numbers focused, is I always want to come to you with a numbers driven approach that is coming with factual data and removes subjectivity and removes emotion from any decision making or any sort of trends that we're seeing within the marketplace, right? One comment that I would make here as it relates to KW Jeopardy is we are currently in an environment of rising tides lifts all ships, right? The total market was done incredibly well. KW and KW Associates took full advantage of a rising tides market. And what I would tell you, as I did right before Thanksgiving, is being blessed that we are in an industry that is doing so well and will continue to do well in 21. It is our obligation to help those around us that are maybe struggling or maybe going through some tough times, right? We're very fortunate to have an industry that is paying the kind of incomes that we are all earning. And we have an obligation to then help those that may be going through some tough times right now as it relates to the economy and everything else. So I use these numbers as the story to be told is, guys, we're all blessed. We all should be coming from gratitude as we start 21. And this is a collective efforts of all of your guys' success. So congrats. So with that, we have an important organizational announcement. We also recognized that, one of the things that we've been doing is we've been working collaboratively across locations to provide you guys the highest level of service, the most amount of resources. And what you'll notice is, if I go back to this, last year, there were 3,500 contracts that were written and needed to be reviewed from a compliance standpoint, and there were 3,100 units that were closed. That is a ton of activity from a compliance standpoint. And while Kimmy and Steph are incredible people and they work collaboratively in incredible ways to ensure that you guys are getting your answers that you need and mitigating the risk that you may carry, we also recognize that it was important that we needed to expand our compliance department in 21 to help take a heavy load off of those guys and to support you guys at an even higher level. So with that, I am super excited to announce that we have hired Joan Reed to join our compliance team here at Keller Williams. And Joan, I'm just going to have you jump on to introduce yourself to the group and tell us your story quick.
Good morning, everybody. As you can imagine, I'm nervous and excited to be joining this Keller Williams team. I have always been impressed with what goes on here. And as a manager of the Coldwell Banker North Shore office, I was always in tune with success that was going on in this office. I retired last September. I had a lineup of books. I had a lineup of jigsaw puzzles. I decided I'd even maybe walk, do things like that. And after 3 months of being retired, I thought, this is not for me. My brain was exploding. My house was too clean. And I was just frustrated. I wasn't finished yet. Charlie Stolley called me out of the blue and literally was reading my mind. He knew exactly what was in my mind of a dream position for me at this point. And so it was hard to make a decision right away because, as you know, I'm very loyal to my company. And yet the more I thought about it, I knew that the agents over at North Shore would understand, which they have. They've been wonderful. But I knew this is what I needed. And those of you who know me, and quite a few of you do know me, know that training, coaching, development of your success, and also compliance issues. I'm a panel member of the professional standards for the GMAR, and I sort of treat those like crossword puzzles or Rubik's puzzles or something. I love figuring those out and backing the agents if they are ever brought to arbitration. So in an understanding the situation that Kimmy was in and had a huge amount, not so much of compliance, but on training and things like that, when Charlie brought up what my role would be, a part-time role, I said, this is me. This is what I want. So I have, I've made the step. Yesterday was my first day over at the office. I'm impressed. And I'm impressed with all of you and what you've done, reflecting on those numbers. But I'm here for you. If you need me, I am going to be doing pretty much what Kimmy has been doing too. So we're going to share a lot of the responsibilities, but I'll be around either virtually or in the office, looking to see you and say hi to you. So thank you.
Joan, we welcome you. It's what Joan didn't tell you, which is an incredible part of her background. That's a major part of her story, is she spent 12 years as a teacher, very similar to Kimmy's background. Kimmy was a teacher for a while. And then she jumped into real estate. She was been licensed since 1984, had a very successful sales career, and then jumped into leadership and was the managing broker for the past 22 years at the Coldwell Banker location right down the street. So we're super stoked to have Joan on board. And so everybody may be asking, okay, so what does this mean? And what's up with Kimmy? And also from a Lake Country standpoint, know that in the background, what you don't see every single day is that Steph, Kimmy, and Joan really work closely together to serve you guys at the highest level. So the way that this is going to kind of break down and shake out here is Kimmy really is going to begin focusing more on compliance review, legal matters such as errors and omissions insurance, when we get subpoenas for documents or informations. And then she's also going to be managing all the back-end agent platforms such as Zip Forms, DocuSign, Compliance, and Command. So Kimmy isn't anywhere. We're just splitting the role into two because of the complexity and the scale in which we're now operating. And Joan will be coming in to provide contractual oversight with her incredible years of experience, contractual oversight and insights. Due to her standing on GMAR professional standards, she's going to help provide oversight and insight if an agent, God forbid, ever has to go in front of or bring a case in front of professional standards or arbitration. Joan will be leading the oversight and efforts there. She will also be leading the day-to-day agent help in terms of questions, any sort of co-broke issues, any consumer complaints. And then Joan's also going to help us jump in, leveraging her teaching background, having taught for 12 years at university school, jumping into our launch coaching and accountability program and working with Connie, Janine, Amanda, Stephanie Minnick, and Andy Stillman to kind of round out that program as well. So we're super stoked to have Joan on board. And Joan, welcome to KW, and we're excited to get you rocking and rolling with this crew.
Thank you very much.
Cool. So from an organizational standpoint, guys, just to give you a heads up, and I'll make sure to send this out, and Diana will as well, as a follow-up to our team meeting. Here is oops, this is not the most updated one. I put the wrong one in here. So be on the lookout for an updated org chart when I send that out. I apologize. I thought I had the right one, but I didn't. Anyways, all right, we're jumping on. So this week, I want to jump into language of real estate, the lower numbers, right, for December, and look at what are the numbers telling us in the month of December. We started the conversation last month, right? we started the conversation around what did the month of December tell us? And then what did the year of 2020, what was the recap? What did it look like? And then where are we going into, right? And as I talked about earlier, right, numbers remove emotion and subjectivity. It's a matter of fact. That's why I like telling stories with numbers. So here we go. Let's jump into the language of real estate and the lore reports. And as a reminder, last week I talked about this, but it's a good basis point, right? What's a lead metric versus a lag metric? The leading metrics are activities or indicators of future successes or incomes. The lagging metrics are the results of prior activities. It's not an indicator of future success or income, right? And so much of our industry determines their success or determines where they are currently within their business based on lag metrics. But lag metrics mean nothing to your future viability of your business. So jumping into it, what do we got coming? So Milwaukee Metro MLS lore report trends. And again, I have been doing this since April and May, and it's a lot of numbers on a screen. And here's what I want you to pay attention to, right? When we look at it, and we talked about lead metrics versus lag metrics, when we look at the data and the story that the data is telling us, the lead metrics that we want to be paying attention to are listings taken units, listings taken volume, contracts written units, and contracts written volume. These are all the indicators that I look at to tell us where is the industry going. So if you see here, starting back in September, you can see the lead metrics. Again, the corresponding colors to where it was going. Lead metrics in September, all were positive with incredibly strong contracts written units. What did it lead to? An incredibly strong October, up 29% in closed units. Now jump ahead to the lead metrics. Lead metrics in October. What were the activities in October telling us that was going to show up in November? And what the activities that showed up were listings taken were up 1% versus the prior year, and contracts written units were up 31% over prior year. What did that tell us or lead us into November in terms of the lag metrics of closed units and closed sales volume? November was one of the best Novembers on record. November was up 22% on closed units, up 36% in closed sales volume. Now, let's look ahead at the lead metrics. What happened in November in terms of the activities that happened within the marketplace that led to incredible results in December? Right? The big thing here, yes, listings taken were down 5% in the month of November. But again, 1 month is a blip on the radar. 2 months is a trend, right? Down 5%, it was a 1 month trend or 1 month blip, not a big deal because if we're paying attention to our contracts written units, the major activity within the marketplace up 21%. What did it lead to? Closed units were up 25% in December, right? One of the best Decembers ever on recorded Milwaukee real estate. So what happened in December? Here's what I know. Listings taken units up 6%. Listings taken volume up 11%. Contracts written units up 20%. Contracts written volume up 30%. What is this? Where do I believe this is going to take us? I believe January should be up anywhere between 10 to 20% again. If we just look at the historical trends of what we've seen over the last 6 to 9 months, every trend where we saw up double-digit contracts written units, we saw a corresponding closed units metric in the following month or the following 60 days, if you really look at it from a 60-day perspective, where we saw really corresponding positive activity. Again, I continue to see the tide rising across our market. I don't see it retreating back yet. So that's all good news as we look ahead in terms of closings in January, February, and looking ahead of, quite frankly, the spring market is happening today, January 12th. It's happening faster than what we've ever seen it within the marketplace. So there is no ramp up period to the market that we are in. We are in the market of the moment. That's what the numbers are telling us. So, right. And again, reminder, the lead metrics are indicators of January and February market performance. These are the two big ones I look at. Contracts written units up 20%, contracts written volume up 30%. And again, reminder, these aren't KW numbers. These are all Milwaukee Metro MLS numbers. Right? So let's look at North Shore. And North Shore, when we compare it, this is December this year versus December last year. You can see the group in North Shore had an incredible month of December in terms of closed units and closed volumes. And when you look at listings taken units, outperform the market trends across both listings taken units and contracts written units, just December of this year versus December of last year. Right? Now, let's take a look at the year-to-date number and how did the entire group in North Shore perform in the year of 2020 versus the Metro MLS. So for perspective, guys, the total MLS was up 8% on closed units. The closed sales volume was up 17%. The North Shore group, and just for a caveat, this also includes Tosa, Elm Grove, Brookfield. To this point in 21, we will begin transitioning them into a separate reporting tool. But KW North Shore is a collective group, up 24% on closed units, up 34% on closed sales volume. That's great. But you know what the number I'm most proud of for this group, and the number that is the leading indicators of success, knowing that you make more money on the listings than you do on the buyer side. This group took 13% more listings this year than they did the prior year, and the market was down 4%. This group took 13% more listings this year versus last year across all of 2020, and the market was down 4% in total listings taken units, new listing inventory that came to the marketplace. And as a reminder, right, I get this question every time I report these numbers. Your numbers, let's say you transition from XYZ brokerage, your volume history follows your agent credentials within the MLS. So if your business was down 10%, we inherit a down 10%. So these are true apples to apples comparisons as it relates to agent productivity within the marketplace and how we're helping you improve your systems, models, and efficiencies to increase your level of productivity. Now, as it relates here you can see, again, this is across our peer group here in the North Shore. Broker volume, closed dollar volume on a rolling 12-month trend is a visual, right? You can see the North Shore group up 34% versus our peer group of Shore West across all locations in the North Shore. Shore West, North Shore had a solid year, up 12%. First Weber group was up 15%. Caldwell Banker was down 12% across the North Shore. Realty Execs up 11%, and Powers Realty Group was down 21% for the rolling 12 months of 2020. And you can see, again, indicators of success. This is a collective effort of all of you guys and what you did in 2020. Bravo to your guys' success. It's incredible. Now, jumping over to the Lake Country crew, right? This is for the month of December of this year versus last year. Interesting thing to note about the Lake Country crew. Solid performance so far, right? When we look at Lake Country, if December of 2020 versus December of 2019, right? And here's what I know. If there's anything that the numbers tell us, the Keller Williams Lake Country office absolutely owns the luxury market. How do I know that? Your average price point is significantly higher than your peer group. The other thing that's a major indicator for me that you own the luxury price point is while units are up 4%, closed sales volume was up 165%. If you jump down here in listings taken units, listings taken was flat this year versus last year in Lake Country, but the volume was up 220%, right? What that means and what that's telling me is we take a disproportionate share of the high-end market. And what we're going to be focusing on in 21 out in Lake Country and helping you guys is shoring up the base or the foundation of the business out in Lake Country, which is a slightly lower price point, but provides more units. The other positive thing from a December standpoint, from a Lake Country perspective, speaking of your guys' level of productivity, contracts written units, again, this should be showing up in closings, AKA income for you in the months of January and February, up. Contracts written units was up 100%, and contracts written volume was up 70% in the month of December for this group. Lake Country, congrats. And then you can see here, as it correlates to the Lake Country's language of real estate report across the 2020 year versus the MLS as a whole. I mean, these are just off the charts, incredible growth. And where does this show up? Check out this trend line, right? You can see here, KW Lake Country started the year as the 6th largest broker in the Lake Country market in December of 19. And look at that growth trend, baby. If you look at it, First Weber Group, which is the largest office in the Lake Country market, when we're comparing against our peers, was up 23%. Those guys, shout out to those guys. They had a heck of a year over there at First Weber in Delafield. The Lake Country crew up 92%. Closed volume was up 92% in 2020. Again, this is apples to apples comparison. So when Mike Schaefer moves from brokerage X over to KW, we inherit whatever his trend is, right? We're not automatically up 100%. So this goes to the level of productivity and the that you guys all had across that marketplace. Shore West Oconomowoc, the third largest brokerage in the Lake Country market, up 14%. They had a solid year, but they slipped a little bit on market share, knowing that the market was up 17%. And then you can see the rest of the peer group here across the Lake Country peer group for trend analysis. So how does this break down then across the total MLS? And again, these are rolling 12-month numbers, right? I use this for you as a peer-to-peer comparison about who we're looking at across the MLS, and it also is an incredible visual. When you look at KW Prestige, which is the new KW office over in the Germantown area, up 144%, now cracks the top 25 offices in all the Metro MLS. When you look at the Lake Country Crew went from outside the top 20 in December of 19 to now checks in at number 9 in across all of MLS, closing 280 million in closed volume in 2020, up 92%. Southwest maintains its hold on the number 2 spot across the MLS, up 24%. And then you can see the Titanic that is chugging along, up 34%. KW North Shore Group closed 890 million in 2020. Congrats on incredible market trends to this entire group. Again, it's a collective. The reason I share these with you is this is what we call the collective efforts of everybody collaborating, sharing ideas, helping each other out. What we say, iron sharpens iron, to help you guys increase your level of productivity. So congrats. And then when you compare again across the total brokerage comparison of what's going on in southeastern Wisconsin, again, this is 2020 across from January 1 to December 31st. Shore West maintains its hold at 16.4% market share, up 11% in volume. One little quick point out here: when we started KW back in maybe 6 years ago, Shore West had over a 21% market share. You can see the impact that all KW has had across the marketplace. And knowing that the market dollar volume was up 17% again in 2020, Shore West took a hit for sure on their total market share across the marketplace. KW finished the year at 2020 in the second brokerage spot, 11.2% market share. Again, KW has only been around for the last 6 years, started in January of 2015. Volume was up 43%. Incredible statistics and story to be told. Then you can see here, Remax comes in at number 3, 9.9% market share, up 11%, and First Weber at 9.8%, up 17% market share. Again, here, guys, the watermark here in terms of levels of success, whether you're taking market share or whether you're losing a little bit of ground to your competitors, is the market was up 17% in volume last year, in volume. So if you're performing under 17% growth rate in volume, you lost a little bit of ground in 2020. And this is where myself, Joan, Diana, Mandy, we want to help you. If you felt like you slipped a little bit in 2020, let's sit down and let's do a mastermind, or what we can do to get you the resources to stay on par with the market trends. And then you can see here, as it relates to the rest of the top 10 brokerages across southeastern Wisconsin and market share and growth trends. Cool. All right. And now I want to jump into something. Profit share, right? We finished up transmittal where it's in about 9 days on January 21st. A ton of people are about to have a major surprise in their bank accounts. And what's coming? Here's what I know. On January 21st, we are depositing $96,000 in profit share from December 2020 activities, all going back to you, KW Milwaukee Associates, right? It was a 90% increase versus December of 2019. We increased profit share payments in 1 month, 90%, December this year versus December last year. Make sure to refresh your bank accounts January 21st. So where do we finish the year across year-to-date 2020? We profit shared across Milwaukee $885,000 back to associates. In lifetime across KW Milwaukee in the last 6 years, we've given $2.8 million. But get this, here's an incredible story. If you want to understand the power and impact of profit share, don't worry, you're not too late to the game. Here's why. Here's the story that's told. It's an incredible statistics. What I have here is every single year we've been in the Milwaukee marketplace as it relates to KW profit share. And these are the profit share totals that are paid out by year, right? In 2015, our first year in business, we profit shared $104,000. 2020, our 6th year in business, we profit shared $885,000 back to associates. Here's the really cool statistic you need to understand. In the last 2 years, 2019 and 2020, we profit shared 1.6 million. This represented 57% of the total profit share that has been paid out over the 6-year history of KW Milwaukee. We've profit shared 60% of it's come in the last 2 years. 60% of the total profit share that's been paid out has been paid out in the last 2 years. You are not late to the game if you haven't started yet. And if you're already in the game, be on the lookout, because talk about an annuity. And if you don't know what an annuity is, Google it. It's an incredibly powerful passive income stream for you and your families. And what I will do is I'm open to you. Yeah, someone have a question? No? All right. What I will do to you is as a follow-up to this call, and Diana will be doing the same, we'll make sure to send out in December. We hosted the profit share panel of those that are in the 100% club who are earning more in profit share than what they've paid into their cap. It was an incredible conversation around how these guys focus on it. And guys, for perspective, Jay, Janine just started focusing on profit share in the last 3 years. Willie, been fortunate to be here since day one. Newbie just started focusing on it in the last 1 to 2 years. Kevin Gardy just started focusing on it in the last 1 to 2 years. Point is, you're not late to the game. So I'll make sure to send out the recording of this conversation out to the group here in the follow-up on our Insights and Resources email. Awesome. Guys, 1.6 million in 2 years. Somebody is getting that money. It's either your choice or somebody else's. It's incredibly powerful passive income stream. Phenomenal, phenomenal results. All right. And as a reminder, as a follow-up to that, on your January invoices, this happens every year annually. It's nothing new. It's something that has always happened. There's a $25 maintenance fee on the profit share program, right? It's to maintain participation in the profit share tree. It's charged in January agents invoices, right? So if your normal agent invoice with nothing else is usually 108, you'll see this month it'll be 133. It's the only month of the year where there's an alteration to it. Right? All associates, including team admins, are charged this fee. And in Rainmakers, you will see charges for your admins on your agent invoice. If you have questions regarding this fee, please reach out to myself, Jen, or Emily, and we'd be happy, or Diana, we'd be happy to help you and assist you in understanding that. Cool. All right, jumping in, December results and 2020 results. And there is some stupid levels of activity that people achieved in the month of December to close out an incredible 2020 year. And I have a special shout out for some people that don't usually get a lot of recognition or don't get a ton of the spotlight. So pay attention here as we go through it, right? December Home Run Club. What is this? This is one listing taken, one contract written, one contract closed. Right? This is, you got paid in December and you have enough activities going on in your life and in your business that's going to show up as future income. You are stabilizing and protecting your future income. So the Home Run Club, in my opinion, it's the highest honor. It means that you're doing all the right things to maintain a level of success for your business and a level of income for your family that you need in order to hit and achieve your goals. So shout out Brian Schweppe, good to see you back on the list. Liz Mishke, congrats on December Home Run Club. Again, everybody always thinks, oh, December's a bad year. Oh, time to take off. These people aren't taking off. George Folliard, congrats. Julie Bulgren, just absolutely following it up with a killer year. And guys, I just want to give you a quick little insight. Julie Bulgren and I were texting last night, and Julie had in her measure of success, an incredible 2020. And you know what her measure of success was? She made the income that she wanted to make, and she had the time that she wanted to spend traveling or with her husband or whatever it is that she wanted to do. She didn't sell $100 million in real estate, but she understood that her level of success measure was that she made the income she wanted to make, and she had the time that she wanted to spend with in how she wanted to spend it. Julie, congrats on that realization. Incredibly powerful stuff, and congrats on an incredible 2020. Another shout out, Leanne Plooster, Tyler Stanley, who says transitions have to slow down business. They don't. Last one, Paula G. I see you over at Midcoast Realty having a killer month of December. You've been in fuego. Congrats on your transition over to Midcoast and all your success that you've had so far. All right. Jumping in, $1 Million Month Club in the month of December. Big shout out to Danielle Forrest, who continues on her tear on JSG. Hildy Becker, I see you, sister. Martha Ola, Molly Triggs, Patrick Young, PY, keep killing it. And the right group of Kyle Davis and Meg Wright, congrats. The rest of the group, pretty regular names, guys. You see them all the time. Congrats, guys, on a killer month of December. All right, Deej, I'm flipping it over to you for Lake Country individual awards.
Awesome, you guys. Stupid results for sure. So here are some that we want to, you just saw Hildy on the $1 Million Month Club. Here she is again, leading the pack for December volume out here at Keller Williams Lake Country. Connie and John, congratulations on your December. Here's exciting news, 2020 volume. John Loren leads the pack at 9.5 million. By the way, that's 187% up from last year. So hats off to you, my friend. Annie Stabler, 8.8 million, and Mike Schaefer, 8.1. Annie Stabler's increase, 589% over last year. You guys, 589. Really, congratulations. Mike is 115 over last year, so congratulations there. Units, the one number we control, right? John Lorenz, 27, Nikki Kunik, 26, congratulations. And there's Annie Stabler again at 20. I love seeing this, this is awesome. And here we are at teams, you guys. Gallagher Lake Country and Team Trimble battling it out till the end. December volume for Gallagher Lake Country is 23.9 million. You know, what else is there to say? Congratulations, Gallagher Lake Country. Team Trimble comes in December with 3.2 million, the 12th month of an amazing string of volume, and Bark River is at 219. Here we go, total volume for 2020, Gallagher Lake Country at 83.5 million, Team Trimble at 81 million, and Plooster Property Group. So Gallagher Lake Country's volume was up 180% over last year. Team Trimble is up 190%. You guys, killer year. Plooster Property Group is up 146 over last year. So congratulations. Units again, 76, Plooster Property Group at 41, and Gallagher at 37. And this circles back to what Charlie was talking about. We own luxury, you guys. So next year, we'll be talking about how we own everything else out here. So good work. Love it. Love it.
Lake Country crew, two other things I wanted to add. What you'll see here, and for everybody who's paying attention on the awards on the right, what I looked at was the top 100 associates across the MLS and where they finished in 2020. Big shout out to Gallagher Lake Country crew, finished as the 6th largest team, inclusive of individual agents in all of the MLS, and Team Trimble coming in at number 7. When you'll see here, when we pull the top 3 teams in the MLS, we have 5 of the top 7 teams in the MLS. We'll talk about that in a sec. One other note, condolences go out to both Bruce and Kathy. They lost their mother this week. Beachy was an institution in the Lake Country marketplace. So, sorry guys. Woo. But shout out to Bruce and Kathy. Their mom was represented the Lake Country market, real estate market for a long time, decades, and Bruce and Kathy were really proud to take on her business. So congrats.
And they've done really, really well by it. What a legacy she has left, and what you've done to make that work is incredible. So hats off to you guys, and much love.
All right, cool. So jumping into December, individual volume, John Molitor continues his tear in the month of December, did closing 3.5 million. Again, shout out to Julie Bulgren in the month of December, 1.7 million. Tammy Herpel, Carla Florence, who just finished an absolutely incredible year. And another one who totally understood the importance of success in 2020. Sarah Oberbrunner, congrats on achieving the income you wanted to achieve, taking a step back from your business, and as well, understanding that you needed more balance. Congrats on an incredible finish out to your year in December, right? Here you go, 2020 year-to-date total, individual units. Agents control their units. The market gives you volume, right? John Molitor finishing out a killer year, 86 units. Sarah Oberbrunner, 47 units. Again, Sarah, congrats on recognizing what balance means to you in your life and your family. Incredible achievement. and for you to understand that. Julie Litkin, and then you can see here, rounding out spots 3 through 10, you can really see the battle to the finish line as it relates to the individual agents. And then finishing here, individual volume 2020, John Molitor coming in at number 61 in the MLS at 23.2 million. And then you can see here, Sarah Oberbrunner at 12.1, Carla Florence, shout out in a career year, even though you transitioned brokerages, 9.1 million. I think you're up like 200% or something, just a casual year, nothing big. Aletha, congrats. Tammy, William Lauer, Dave Gesvain, salt of the earth dude, and Lindsay Weber in a transition year. Congrats to you at 6.7 million. All right, here we go. A couple shout outs. None of this is possible without the success and help of some other people, right? So what I want to do is shout out to Sarah Driss. I know that you're an important piece of Molitor's business at 23.2 million as his lead right-hand person. And Kiko Molitor, his wife, does a lot of stuff for John. Congrats. And I know a ton of people from an individual agent perspective utilize Renee and Julie's transaction management services. So I want to give a shout out to those guys. All right, jumping into December, team volume here. Again, JSG leading the way at 14.1 million, and then Falk, Reuben, Gallagher coming in at 7.6, and SRG at 7.2. Big shout out to Desty's team with Desty, Connie, and Ellen at 4.2 million. A huge month of December, incredible stuff. The Wright Group having a great month at 1.5 million. You can see here the rest of the top 10 in the month of December. And then you can see here, again, JSG just casually closing over a unit a day. Falk, Reuben, Gallagher over 208. Stale Realty Group 198. Here's what I would challenge you in 2021, groups 3 through 10, Nikolic, Housework, Midcoast, Duval, Kristen Cole Network, A Key Home, and On Point Realty. Who's going to be the next one to crack 100 units? Who's going to be the next one to crack 100 units? Who's going to do it in 21? I challenge you. 3 through 10. Who's going to do it? Be the next one to crack 100 units in 21. And then next, you can see here your total team volume. JSG, 160 million to close out the year in 2020. Finished as the MLS at number 1. Falk, Reuben, Gallagher, 121 million. Number 3, Stale Realty Group, 97 million. Number 5 in all of the MLS. Then you can see here an incredible group. What I always say, the most competitive group of people in our office is spots 3 through 10, where you can see they're all battling it out. All of them made the top 100 agents across southeastern Wisconsin in 2020. None of that is possible, though, for these teams without a handful of people. And these people never get the spotlight. So if you're an agent on these teams, do me a favor, go give them, I guess a hug is maybe not the right time to do it. Send them flowers or do something nice, right? JSG, big shout out to Bev Drummond, Sarah Christensen, Chris McKinney, Andrea Nelson, Elizabeth Rice, Nicole Wheeler, Kimberly Byer, Jordan Lukic, Bill Werner. This is the reason for a lot of this is the glue behind the scenes that keeps it all together. Falk, Reuben, Gallagher, Hannah Bowman, Sally Siegel, Leah Talon, Peggy Wayhausen, Sarah Vogelsang, Macy Witrude. Shout out to you guys. SRG, Charlie Bowles, Andrea Hunter, Whitney Borchert, Jamie Joint. These are the guys that make it all happen behind the scenes, and they never get the spotlight, right? I wanted to highlight these guys. Nikolic Group, Steph Cole, you're incredible. Houseworks Collective, big shout out to Jenny Hutchinson. Her and Charlie just had their first baby girl, Rosie. So make sure that you guys reach out to those guys. Next up, Duval Group Real Estate, right? Jamie Old Coyote, JOC, just keeping that group together. Bradley and Co. Amanda Hazy, Double Bolt, Tammy Cops, right? Desty's team, Kayla Edmond. Right. And if I missed anybody on this list, I did my best to think of everybody. But if I missed you, just know that we love you and totally appreciate you. And I'm just making sure that I got everybody on here. But guys, these are the X factors. If you're thinking about building a team, you need to go find your empire builder who's going to do it with you, because the success to get to this level of success requires help, and it requires leverage, and it requires relationships. And these are the relationships you need to have this level of success. So to the admin teams, to the success teams and all of your guys' groups across all of KW, big shout out to Sarah and Jennifer Wolf-Beester, Kathy Popovich. All you guys do incredible work to ensure the success and level of productivity of these guys. So I wanted to make sure that we highlighted you. Cool. All right. Mandy, we're rounding it out with you. What do we got for upcoming training and events?
All right, perfect. So we have Ignite continuing through the week. For those who are engaged in that, tomorrow we have Paul Nikolic. And then on Friday, we have Nikki Kunik. So continue to stay focused, tuned into that. Got a great group. I think there's been over 40 of you on every call. So congrats to you guys for committing your time to that. The rest
Hey,
of
Mandy,
yeah.
one other thing I want to point out, and this was brought up on Peter's call on Friday, right? On the first session of Ignite, I said, and this is a fact, National Association of Realtors fact, 80% of people who get their license don't make it to year 2. 80% of people who get their license don't make it to year 2. Peter Gossman, just starting year 2 for him. He was teaching the class on Friday. He had Mandy and I look up his Ignite attendance for who was in his class 2 years ago. Guess what he found? 74% of the associates who attended his Ignite session are still in business, still making an income, and still at KW. What does that tell us? And Peter told this best. If you follow the model, if you plug into the resources, if you plug into the training and education, the results will follow. Learn from those that are doing this business at a high level, and there's plenty of resources to do that, and you will be fine. And we will make sure that you're not part of the 80% that washes out after year 2. So there you go. If you're not in Ignite, it's not too late. Feel free to jump in, but this will continue through the month of January with some incredible instructors. All right, Mandy, back to you.
All right, great. I'm going to get more into some family reunion details next week, but just a reminder to sign up for family reunion February 15th through the 18th. If you are in Ignite and you don't miss a session, we will cover your cost of getting into that. So more to come on family reunion next week. A lot of people have asked me for the Market Center numbers. If you are signing up 972 for North Shore and Tosa, and I'll have Diana throw in Lake Countries in the chat there as well. Rest of the week we have coming up here, I'm going to actually hand it over to Janine because I know she has to run out. Janine, what do we have coming on Thursday for launch coaching?
Yes, hello everyone. So productivity mantra is this: change your thoughts, change your world. So our focus on the first quarter is how do you receive never-ending referrals? And I'm going to tell you how. It's diving into your database, but we have specific scripts and tools. We're going to role play how it's done. You guys, I have 4 appointments this week just by doing this for a week and a half. That's why I have my coat on. And we're also going to be going over open house preparation and standards. So when you do host an open house, you're prepared and you're confident. So that's a break. I'll see you on Thursday.
Thanks, Janine. So that's Thursday morning, you guys, 9 to 10:30. Today, though, we have launch coaching. So Amanda, you want to pop on and tell us what we have coming today for launch?
Sure thing. So for launch today, we're looking at habits because you don't decide your future, you decide your habits, and your habits decide your future. So if you're aiming for big goals this year, you saw those great numbers from 2020, you want to be on that board. This all starts with one little domino. So everything we'll be talking about this quarter in launch is going to be built off of the one thing. And it won't just be verbatim from the book. There's going to be a lot of other good information, and this will be more workshop style. So come ready to start writing out your goals, your habits, put things together. This is going to be a make things happen class, not just to turn your camera off and listen. So we're looking for participation, and I think you're going to see some great results.
Great. Thanks, Amanda. So that's today at 10:30, you guys. So if you're at Ignite, there's a reason launches on Tuesday and Thursday. So no excuse to not be there. You have some great opportunities every day this week. One other huge event to highlight, you guys, we have an accountant tomorrow doing a tax planning seminar, 11 a.m. Going to be going through everything about getting ready for tax time, tips and tricks on things you should be focusing on writing off, things to get prepared for tax time that's coming. So that is tomorrow via Zoom at 11 a.m. I really wouldn't miss it. She's got a lot of really great information prepared for you guys. So we will record it and post it to YouTube, but I highly suggest being there. So that you can ask questions and get more involved with it. So we want to kind of piggyback off of what we kind of learned last month in our training and treat our business like a business. So be sure to not miss that tomorrow at 11.
Don't be the one who overpays in taxes because you didn't take advantage of the different tactics and strategies to save your family some income come tax time this spring. I would jump on the call tomorrow at 11 o'clock. On the tax seminar. So Awesome. That's what we got, guys. That is your team meeting this week. We sincerely appreciate you joining us. Lake Country crew, I'll let you jump over to the Lake Country meetup. North Shore crew, give me 2 minutes and I will transition to new buyers and listing needs. Guys, have a phenomenal week. Make it incredible. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to the leadership team. We're here to serve you guys and your businesses. Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, you guys.